In this video, we're going to talk about whether Traktor is still a good choice of DJ software here in late 2019. If you're thinking of getting into DJing, should you go with Traktor? And if you're already using Traktor, is it time to make a switch to other software, or should you stick with the platform? If you enjoy this video, please hit that subscribe button so we can bring you more like this. Okay, so let's talk about how we kind of got to this video. So Traktor has, it's fair to say, fallen behind its competition for many, many years now. A very slow or halted progress on updates to the software, very little new hardware, basically a lack of love from the parent company, Native Instruments. It got new hardware. Here's a piece of new Traktor hardware, the Traktor Control S4 Mark III, also the S2 Mark III last year, which was a welcome shot in the arm for the platform. And it's really nice hardware. It's especially these jog wheels with this kind of motorized platter. It's something pretty unusual to have this kind of platter spinning. And it's cool. It's got haptic feedback. It can give you a little kick on the platter just like your phone can when you're at a cue point and stuff like that. It's really nice hardware and it was well received. I love the way the effects as well. You could alter each individual effect on each channel. So I could have that one with one thing, I could have the other ones with something totally different, which is really, really cool. It's nice to see. And it was well received. The trouble is, since then, nothing's happened. And they updated the software at this point as well, called it Traktor Pro 3 from Traktor Pro 2, where it had been stuck for many, many, many years. And it wasn't really a massive upgrade. It didn't really fix many of the problems. And at the same time, they announced that they were going to develop a whole new DJ platform in order to eventually take over from Traktor Pro 3, which is the current software that all their Pro gear runs on, because they know that that software is done. That software is dead. It's old. It's too old to fix. They're building a new platform. But that was a long-term plan. So they were kind of asking their fan base to enjoy the new hardware and to hold tight. New software is coming. It's going to take years, not months, to develop it. And then Traktor as a platform will continue to move forward from there. That was kind of the promise last year. So what's happened since then? Well, unfortunately, this week, as we record this at the beginning of September 2019, they've just announced huge redundancies at Native Instruments across the board, including in the Traktor team. I was emailing people that I know in the Traktor team and in the press office, and I was getting a bounce back saying no longer working at the company, which is really horrible news for Traktor employees, for their families, and of course for the company. No one would have taken that decision lightly there. So that means that Traktor users are now back on that same question. Should we stick with this platform? And new DJs, should we go for this platform? It's not looking very rosy, right? So let's talk a little bit about what we know to help you make a more informed decision. So the first thing we know is that Traktor development is continuing. I asked specifically for a statement on Traktor, and Native Instruments put out a statement adding to the press release they put out about these redundancies, specifically answering some of the questions that I asked them. And they said its development is continuing. So that's the kind of good news. There is a new controller coming. They confirmed that this year, they said. So there is new hardware coming this year for Traktor. Again, that is a light at the end of the tunnel, if you like. There is a little glimmer of good news there. They didn't say anything about the software that would make people feel good, frankly. They kind of alluded to the fact that software development is continuing, but the whole gist was about something they're calling One Native, which is taking their three big siloed products, Complete, Machina and Traktor, and kind of combining them on one platform, which they're starting to build now for 2020 and moving forward. And that was the excuse they gave for all the layoffs. Now, whether that was the truth or whether it was the fact that they'd taken an awful lot of investor money and maybe the company wasn't performing how it should have been and therefore they needed to save money from somewhere to pay back the investors, I don't know. We can speculate about that. Truth is, we don't know unless we work at the top of Native Instruments. But whatever the reason for the redundancies, this direction that they've now painted as the kind of glossy picture of where the company goes forward from here, this One Native, all the three platforms under one roof. So what? DJs don't care about that. DJs care about the fact that this, combined with the software they've currently got, it's got loads of things that have annoyed DJs for many, many years in there. And they can't just put plasters on there to fix it. It needs to be completely rebuilt from the ground up. And there's no word that that's going to happen quicker. I'm going to guess it's going to happen a lot slower now, which is bad news for Traktor users. Traktor users want what's called elastic beat gridding, so that they can beat grid their tracks that are non-electronic. It's been asked for many, many years by Traktor users. They can't do it in the current software. It won't work. It's very processor intensive, the software. It's not written in a lean way, so they can't add stuff to it without making it underperform and without making it ask more of your computer than it really should. It looks terrible because they can't get it to work on Retina screens and modern high resolution screens. The library functions are awful. There's no smart playlist. That's a basic nowadays. The way the library works is very, very clunky. It needs a big rewrite, and One Native is not the rewrite that users want. It's distracting the resources that are left in Native Instruments onto something else instead of fixing the Traktor platform. That's bad news. There's no dressing that up for Traktor users. So new hardware is coming. One Native isn't really the best idea, frankly, as far as we can see. I hope Traktor prove us wrong. So if you're happy with the software and you find it has got good things, it's got great sound quality, especially Traktor Pro 3 has got a way of bypassing all the internal EQs and stuff, so you just get a very clean signal out, which is really, really good. It's something that high-end users will enjoy. There are things that Traktor still does better than anyone else, but then they're little now. There's not many of them left. If you still think the software is fine and you enjoy using the software, or you're prepared to take the gamble that over the years to come, that's going to improve and they're going to fix it, well, hey, you've got nothing to worry about. If you are thinking of starting your DJing career with Traktor, I think you need to think a lot harder. And I think the problem is that Traktor doesn't have a niche anymore. So let's talk about the big platforms. Serato is the '1 platform. Serato is huge. It basically dominates the US and pretty huge in the rest of the world as well. Serato's big thing is that it started off as the platform for scratch DJs, and now it's a platform kind of for everyone. It's really stable, good software with a lot of the features. If not world class, they're certainly up there with the best. It does everything pretty well. The elastic beat gridding, so you can use non-electronic music, is really, really good. The library is pretty good. It works with a whole wide range of hardware, which is another problem that Traktor has traditionally had. They've been pretty lukewarm with other people wanting to make hardware for their platform, and no one really does anymore. Serato's got all those advantages. It's deservedly the '1 platform. Coming behind Serato, Rekordbox and Virtual DJ, both for very different audiences. Pioneer's Rekordbox is a piece of software that works both if you're exporting music to play on Pioneer's Pro DJ gear, which is in every DJ booth all over the world. So it works there, but also it works when you plug in your laptop with Pioneer controllers. Same software. And that means that there's a big sell there for Pioneer. Hey, come with us and you can use our library, our software on preparing your tracks and also on DJing with your tracks on controllers. Same thing. You start on our software, by the time you're in the Pro DJ booth, you can continue using what you've always used. It's a strong sell. Virtual DJ has always had its software work with pretty much all hardware. They just hack it together and make it work. So anyone who wants to plug anything into Virtual DJ can be pretty sure it's going to work. And they've always had a very strong and loyal user base among mobile DJs, karaoke, video DJs, and that kind of thing. Again, there's a niche there. What's Traktor's niche? It was always, we're kind of the platform for electronic DJ producers, and they kept trying to meld production and DJing with their remix decks, which I think we can all accept pretty much failed for 99% of DJs because they were too complicated. Stems was this idea where you had 4 individual parts of a track, the bass, the melody, the drums, and the vocals, and you could mix them all together. It was nice, it was simple, but the format didn't catch on. It was brave, but it didn't catch on, and it hasn't caught on to date. Again, another way of trying to meld DJing and production that Traktor tried. So that could be the kind of hope for Traktor. So if this One Native, where they're pulling together the Machina stuff, the Complete stuff, and Traktor under one roof, if this finally gets them to make Traktor a platform that in an intuitive and easy and fun way allows you to be a DJ producer in a way that Serato, Rekordbox and Virtual DJ don't, well, hey, there's a big market there potentially, right? Every DJ is a DJ producer nowadays once you want to get past a certain level. You want to DJ outside your town, outside your city, you want to get booked by people who don't know you, you've got to make music, right? So DJ producer kind of is DJ nowadays, that's what it means. And that to me seems to be the great hope for Traktor. If they can finally own that segment for DJs, make hardware and software that allows DJs to DJ in a very simple way from beginner all the way to professional, always incorporating elements of live remixing or production, stuff they've worked on at home that they can drop in that's maybe new and different. Most big DJs tend to play with remixes and re-edits of big tracks, even if they didn't make them. And if Traktor can kind of own that area, that could be a good direction for it to go in. And this idea of one native, of pulling the three brands together under one roof, that just, if it's done right, might be something that Traktor can find a reason for existing again via. Whether it'll do it or not, I don't know. I mean, I'm clutching at straws here. I hope they do it. But I think Traktor as a platform is now the fourth most popular platform among digital DJ tips community, the digital DJ tips community. And our community is huge. We do a census every year. 40,000 people took that census last year, and Traktor is down at about 12% of users. From being the number 2 platform, Traktor and Serato were about 35, 40% each a few years ago, but Traktor's just died off. Can it get back there? I don't think it can. I think it's come too far. I hope they prove us wrong, and as I say, if it can become the DJ producer platform and they can put some serious resource and some serious thinking in it and make some good decisions for it, it could happen, but I think it's an uphill struggle. So to circle back to the question that we started with, if you are new to DJing now and considering Traktor, possibly go for it, but go in with your eyes open. If you're currently a Traktor user, then as long as you're happy, as I said a little bit earlier, with the way things are right now, and you don't need it to innovate in order to let you do what you want to do, hey, stick with it. It's not going anywhere. Traktor's not going to disappear. Hopefully not, anyway, even though the Native Instruments press release called themselves the company that innovates in electronic music production and didn't even mention DJing in its first sentence. Hopefully that was an oversight. But I don't think it's going anywhere. I think it's going to continue being in existence for years to come. So I don't think you need to worry existentially about your platform. But if you want your software to catch up with Serato and Rekordbox and Virtual DJ, if you want the innovations that you've been possibly screaming for a long time, I don't think they're coming any quicker. They're probably coming a lot slower than they were promised a year ago. So if your patience is running out, maybe it is time to jump ship. Anyway, I'd like you to share what you think underneath this video. Are you a Traktor user? Are you going to stick with it? What's your frustrations? Do you want it to work with more hardware? Is it the software that's frustrating you? Or do you think it's brilliant? And are there features that no one else is doing well that are keeping you loyal to Traktor and you can forgive the things that maybe aren't working out well? Let me know, and let me know if you're brand new to DJing, whether you're considering it and whether this video has changed your mind in the comments underneath. Meanwhile, if you've enjoyed this, again, please do subscribe to the channel. We would love to have you as a community member. And whatever platform you're using, get good, get out there, and make the moments. I'll see you again soon.